So today I'm going to talk about HUSA, and basically I saw a Pennant form. I was kind of emotional because I really wanted to make a trade, and I thought the trend was pretty decent, uh, and I thought that it would break out above, but it didn't, and I got in before the Pennant broke. So if you want to play it safe, and I think from now on I do, I wouldn't suggest trying to trade a Pennant before it breaks out. I would say wait for the breakout. Uh, so I'll show you what happened. I'll hit replay. So let's say we're here, okay? I'm going to turn on my indicator to show you the signals that it was giving me. So it's already on auto, so cool. So I'll hit play. So right now it was saying to sell, okay? And let's assume we sold. Okay? Now, wow, it kept going up. Wow. Okay. And now there's already, I'm not sure if the pennant was forming. You could only see it until like kind of here. So it drops. I'm going to pause it and read. It says, certainty high, overall trend is up, conclusion buy. So if you bought at 3.81, you would be able to profit a little. So let's say you sold it here at 4.11, whatever. That would have been sweet. Okay, then it falls, and then it gives me another signal, and I would suggest waiting for like after. So you know how like a stock will continue to go up, right? I've actually coded this so that it tells me what to do only after it's getting signals. Like for example, here you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. When I play it back, it won't tell me to buy on 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Watch carefully. No signal, no signal. Because I don't want to buy it when it's like, when it's dropping. I don't want to continually, I wouldn't want to buy it like over here, here, here. I might want to buy it here. This looks like a decent place to buy. And the reason that is because it's starting to rise. So, that, I mean, this is common sense, right? But anyways, I made sure that if it's going to give me a message to buy or sell, then it should be after, there should be a period where it's not breaking out of the bands. Okay, so it breaks out again, too bad for me, whatever, and then it's kind of, it stops breaking out. So I think a good time to buy would have been here at like 3.7 or even 3.78. 3.91 is a little cutting it short because it's hitting the clouds, but that was a good price over there. And then you could have sold above the clouds, which would have been sweet. Okay, now it's telling me certainty is low, overall trend is down, conclusion sell. Okay, so I'd already sold it, and then now it says certainty high, overall trend up, conclusion buy. But still, that was just like the first hit, so let's see how many times it bounces off. No, so it completely bounces off. It could go down again. If it doesn't go down again, it may be worth buying. Yeah, it didn't go down again, so I would buy it here at 4.05, and then that would suck. I guess I would sell soon. Yeah, I'd sell like right there at 4.25. Anyways, I didn't do this. I'll tell you exactly. I told you what happened, but I'll show it to you again, and I'll explain why it happened and why it won't happen again. So, right here it's saying certainty is high, overall trend is up, conclusion buy. Okay, that's cool. Some people bought it there, some people didn't. More people sold it. then it says certainty is high, overall trend is up, conclusion is buy. So if you wait, like I said, wait for the signal to really kind of develop, and then it says certainty high, overall trend is up, buy. Okay, so if you waited a bit longer, that would happen. So when there's no message, I wonder if like I should leave the last message, because I wouldn't want to buy it over here when it says certainty high and then there's no message and then like it pops up certainty low. It's something to think about. So here when it said certainty low, then I could have got out of it because it went up a bit. I should have sold it right there. I can't believe it. I pretty much bought it right here because it had told me to buy. But if I knew the certainty was low rather than certainty was high, I wouldn't have bought it. I want to make certain, I want to be confident in my buys. So this wasn't a confident buy, and the reason that is because it hit the bands 3 times, the lower bands, and it hit the bands 4 times. So that's not a huge difference. That's almost exactly the same. Like, yeah, so it wasn't such a strong uptrend previously. Anyways, what happens is it gets dumped. And then I told myself, I did the best thing in this situation that I possibly could, okay? So, I pretty much waited for this. But anyways, what happened was I told myself before I got into the trade, I said, what's my stop loss? And I said, my stop loss is the bands. I said, if it goes below the bands and there's slippage, I don't care, just sell it. So I told myself that, and then I bought it, and it did that. This was like, well, not that, but the first bar, it fell like to 3.6. I was like, damn, I was wrong. But immediately my hand was on the clicker. It was like ready to go. So I sold it. It filled at like 3.62 or whatever, and I bought it at there, so I lost like a good chunk. So I was upset about that, but then, you know, I went to correct my error, you know. I'm gonna be more, I want my certainty to be high on my trades, number one, and number two, I'm not gonna look for 50-50 scenarios like a Pennant. And yeah, that's all I wanted to say about HUSA, and I feel bad for everyone who was like going long and then had to like experience this. But I think one really good thing that I did was I told myself, listen, if it goes below a certain point, I'm gonna let it go. So I had a loss, whatever, moving on, you know, I'll find a better stock. And you know what, one last thing that I did that I can correct is I shouldn't be too emotional. Like, I should look for genuinely good trends and I should jump in those. Like, it wasn't the greatest trend. I honestly didn't see much like amazing stocks today. Everything great that happened during pre-market, right? Or actually no, this one happened at open. But like from 10:30 and before, that was all the long moves you could make. Everything afterwards was like kind of chump change. Yeah, so that's all I have to say about this, and I hope you took away some lessons and learned from my mistakes. I know I did, and definitely, if you keep doing the same things, you're going to get the same results. So use trial and error, correct your mistakes, and keep those corrections in mind, and move forward, and don't get discouraged. You know, like, if you make a mistake and you learn from it, you've grown into a new person, you've grown into a better person, and you have a new skill. So, I think, I noticed that some people were, like, paper trading on this. Like, yeah, that's wonderful, but another thing is, like, your emotions really aren't in the trade when you do paper trading. I'm sure it's totally different, but I think I've become more aware of my emotions, so that was one thing that I think I've improved on after this loss. And yeah, that's all I have to say. Peace out.